Well, this is pretty bad, which is not surprising. Like we all knew that this would be like this, but we'll see. Hopefully, we get to play. Um, Only thing I'm really looking for right now is a tap down into this 4 hour. I want NQ to tap this 4 hour. ES already did, so we kind of got a decent bullish SMT at the moment, but I'd like to see a move lower and look for a long. But right now, I'm not touching anything. And if I do, it'll be on an eval. I'm not trading fundeds till after tomorrow. Just can't do it. It's not good. It's not high probability. I mean, no ifs. I'm not even logging in. I was going to try and give myself an excuse, but why? Better to just wait. Part of me thought it would be cool to, like, have LRLR below and then have us, like, manipulate up and then get a short down in to tap into the 4 hour. Like, part of me was hoping that we'd get something like that, but but I am logged in on TradingView, so if I do take something, you'll see that. So I will right now. I'm gonna mark out this little 4 minute BPR because this is what's holding us up right now. See that? So we just barely tapped into this gap and we can't get below it. So that'll be something that I have marked out for now. Let's look at ES. Why does it keep going back to 3? Okay, so yeah, so here is this current SMT that we have. So I'll mark this out so everyone can see that. Took this low here. $30 just chopping all over the place. $30 just came down and then swept this. Tapped into this BPR. And then there's this 1 minute gap here. Looks like we might get this 1 minute inverse. I'm not going to take it. But mechanically, you'd think if this gets inversed, it would work to this high. But no inverse there, which is cool. Not what I'm looking for anyway. So. Again, my dream scenario would be NQ dumping, breaking the SMT below, and tapping into the 4 hour and getting along. That's my dream scenario. But like with FOMC tomorrow, I don't know if today's a good day to expect liquidity to get ran. It's more of a day where you'd expect liquidity to get engineered for tomorrow, if that makes sense. So if we do take something, I probably won't try and catch too much. But, we V-shaped from the top up here pretty convincingly, right? We have 30-minute equal highs. We wreck through all this. We have an SMT right here. But I'd really, really, really want to see us tap into this. Oh, Chad, the worst part about contract rollover is having to remark your chart. Yes?
They were 2.
Oh, they were 2 packs. Oh.
Of like 3 biters.
I mean, we're grilling all of them,
yeah,
right?
I agree.
All right, we're grilling all of them.
Right.
Bet. That is, like, what is that? Dude, we got these filet mignons from Snake River Farms, and we just pulled them out the package, and they're like this big. There's 4 of them, but they're only like that big. That's funny. Oops. Perfect equal highs here. Could tape read a P15. I think this one works, honestly. Dude, part of me wants to try this P15 low key. I think this works. A thimble of steak. Yeah, that's what we get. Bavette steak, skirt steak, and this time we got filet mignons. But we order it from Snake River Farms when they have sales because it's really, 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 really good. Snake River Farms. That's the website. Like, you just get this big square box of frozen meat that's frozen with dry ice and you're on your doorstep. It's nice. It's good stuff. It's like the bavette steak is the best steak that I've ever eaten in my life. So opposing equal lows, but it's within 10 points, so you would not close this trade. I think this P15 works out, chat, honestly. Let's look at the 15-minute chart because we are coming up on the 15-minute close. So every hour on the close, every 30-minute on the close, and every 15-minute on the close, it's always good to look at those higher time frames, like when the new candle's about to form to just kind of see where we're at and take a good look. Yeah, the bavette is so far. So I like to. I'm really waiting on the P15 rules. Yeah, I'm just. It's hard to determine them. Like until I spend like a week or two focusing on just that and not IFVGs, I don't know if I can come up with a proper rule set. Like I need to focus on that during the day, and I can't though because I don't want to trade like that all day. But like this one, for example, this would work, right? Because you pair it with you can pair it with ICT concepts. Like we have equal lows, LRLR, and technically there's this delivery here, right? Like we did an inverse this 1 minute. So you would think that fading these equal highs would work. Has anybody ever seen the movie Wild Hogs? You haven't seen Wild Hogs? My dad just we used to watch that a lot with my parents, and my dad just sent me a quote from it from a scene that we used to laugh at all the time, and he's all, "We should watch that with the girls, like when they're up here." Like, all right. Looks like this one's gonna get stopped out. Maybe. It's so funny. I would play the scene on here, but YouTube's gonna be all copyright strike, man. Okay, YouTube. Let's do it. Let's do it. I love Guga. If you don't watch Guga, you're missing out. Let's do it. Hey, Puff, I got more bonsai trees coming up. We got 3 Rocky Mountain pines sprouting right now, and I'm with it. Yep, I'm talking to you about trees. Yeah, remember my bonsai tree that I posted a while back? The blue jacaranda. Yeah, bonsai. Bonsai! Okay, so that one got stuffed out. I mean, obviously, we're not in it. But unfortunately, it looks like these perfect equal lows would work. That's funny. This is just yeah, that's what mine's gonna look like, but it's gonna be a mini one. Oh, it did inverse. Wow. Here, wait. I'll be right back. All right, look. This is the blue. The blue, right? It's just this little one. And then this is the other 3 that are coming up. Those Rocky Mountain pines. These ones sprouted, like grow. Oh wow, you're for real about my normal size? Nope, I'm trying to grow them from the seed. So we got 3 Rocky Mountain pines in here, and then 1 blue jacaranda. If I don't, I'm probably not saying that right, but jacaranda. Oh yeah. So like we got this little pack, and it came with these little like, see these little planter things, and it came with like a little thing of soil, expanding soil, and it was like a little disc, and then you got it wet and it expands, and then you just grow them from seeds. So I got these 3 that still have seeds on their sprouts. I've been calling them helmet heads because it's funny. Okay, so here's the macro. Let's see if we want to get past this little BPR yet. If we close below this little BPR, I feel like we might go down. All right. We're getting candles. Come on. Kind of. All right. Oops. What's that? Did somebody. Who just whispered, press the sell button in my ear? What's your problem? Just let me focus up. Leave me alone. Who said that? Yo, chill. I'm just kidding. This is seriously so bad. I want to press the button, but I just can't. Jacaranda. Oh. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Jacaranda. Gotcha. Jacaranda. Yep. Just left perfect equal O's here. Tape read this P15 or what? Man, this is uncomfortable. Does equalize look nice if we can go down a little? I know I want us to tap into this 4 hour, man. But yes, I already did. So I'm like torn. Do I just wait? Well, I mean, obviously I just wait. But hello. Dude, imagine we just get some crazy pump. Huh. Well, that's cool. So this 1 minute inverse. Why do I feel like this is about to rip? Please don't. Look at this LRLR. Jeez. So much buy side right now being engineered. Holy. All these equal highs. All these equal highs. Crazy. So this gap right here is what is holding price down. So we'll mark this out for now. That gap and probably this one here. But this one is more precise, so I'll go off that one for now. Chat. I don't even know why any of us are here, to be honest. Does my ES chart have a crazy gap? Where? Yeah, definitely start using Z after yesterday and Y close. No. I don't think so. Yeah, no. Right here. So, no. Are you on ESC? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, they're different price levels. So, like, NQU is a different price level than NQZ is at. So, that's probably why there's a gap. Because it's probably like that on ES. What's up, Brent Trades? How are you? Hopefully, staying away from this price action. Good, good. Stuck in BE phase. Any advice? Yeah, I didn't take shit. Stuck in BE phase. Um, how is your risk management? Like, is your average winning day bigger than your average losing day? Look at the 5 minute chart. Amy says, I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. Look at 5 minute chart and tell ourselves the reality of taking any non risky trades. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. What the heck is this? This is so bad. Always aim for 1 to 2, but always get stopped in profit. So it's not full TP, but my losses are full losses. So here's what I'll say. You said you always aim for a 1 to 2, but I always get stopped in profit, so it's not full TP, but my losses are full losses. So if you're only aiming for set 1 to 2 and you always take a full loss, but you don't always take a full TP, then you're going to have to rely more on your win rate. So what's your win rate like? Because if you're not letting it go to full TP, but you're letting it go to full loss every time, then your 1 to 2 isn't playing out the way it's supposed to, if that makes sense. High 60s, low 70s. So if it's high 60s, low 70s with a 1 to 2, that should definitely be profitable. So I think you're not letting him get your full 1 to 2 or your full 2R enough. Like if you're mechanically just going 1 to 2, right? Then you need to just let it go to your 2 and not take profits early. Jay Brown, I like how you said today is most likely engineering liquidity for high news event. Yeah. I mean, why would we get good setups today? Why would we run liquidity today that's clean like when we have a giant news event tomorrow? Like a really big one. How do I scale? Hang on. Like maybe just not trail so tightly and move to break. Yeah. So if you're going, so just like break down the math, right? If you're going for a 1 to 2 every time, but you never let it get to your 2 or not enough, but you always get your 1 loss, then you're not letting it play out the way it's supposed to. So I would say if your plan is to get to 2R for your full TP, then just stick to that. Otherwise, you're cutting into your own statistics. How do I scale? J Brown, I usually don't, honestly. I always say that I will, but I always end up either trading a mini or I just do like 7 micros or like full TP. These days, I was thinking if it's better to leave a pending order at the inversion instead of market order. I don't know about that one. But yeah, Brent, when you start trailing your stop, when you start thinking, hey, this is where I want to trail my stop, maybe you just go break even and let your play get to the 2R instead. I think that's what I would try. Scaling definitely affects my RR, like you were saying. Yeah, it changes a lot. Then I had a light bulb moment. All stops will activate the pending order, but the good trades that will just blast won't. So market order. Yeah, exactly. Like if you're getting in an A+ setup, it shouldn't really have time for you to set a limit order. Like you're gonna need to get in. I've been trading funded accounts for about 5 months now, and I've only blown 3 accounts, which I've been told that's pretty good, but I just can't pass one. I mean, it sounds like you have decent discipline and you don't like let your losing days get out of control. So that's good. So I think you need to, it sounds like your losses are under control, but you need to let your winners operate the way they're supposed to. That's what it sounds like to me. Because, yeah, if you're really consistent with your losing days, then you need to get your winning days to match that consistency and have it be more than 1-to-1. W, thank you. Yeah, for sure. Heard someone say high win rate, low RR, like 1-to-1 is good for prop firms. It all just depends. Everyone's going to have different things to say, and everyone's going to have different opinions because everyone has different things that work for them. But the thing is finding what works for you. That's what matters. Anybody can say that this works better than that, but until you actually try things and find out, how are you going to actually know? Like, you get to a certain point where you got to take some things with a grain of salt, and at some point you have to just you have to find out what's going to make you perform at your best. But obviously learn and take in as much as you can from people that know what they're doing. But eventually you got to figure out what you're doing, because you're not somebody else, you're just you. It makes sense with Apex intraday trailing drawdown, not necessarily. Yeah, with Apex, it's definitely like better to just use a hard TP. So like you get out at your peak balance every trade, if that makes sense. Because like the thing that people forget about having an intraday trailing drawdown is like, let's say you have $1,500 in drawdown left, right? You're gonna do a trade, you're up 300, but you don't take profits, and it comes back and break evens you. Well, now you only have $1,200 in drawdown left because of the intraday, and it sucks. Exactly. Every break even is a loss with trailing drawdown. Exactly. So it's like, it's way better to get out at your peak balance. Yeah, well, yeah, the first one, but then after that, once you'd have to. I mean, Jay Brown's right. You have to get back above before it does that again. But yeah, actually, wait, I guess that's true, because it wouldn't be like that for every trade. Because once you get into your drawdown, it won't come up again until you reach that original peak balance again. So yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's not as bad. It's mainly just really bad on you if you're over leveraging. you know, like if you're up 1,000 and that comes back on you, you're screwed. That's not good. Like a 50K, that's not ideal. So if you're over leveraging, the unrealized really gets you. But if you manage your risk right, then it's not that bad. What up, the Crouton? Dude, that's a fire username, low-key. Didn't watch stream yesterday, but LRLR, maybe FMC sent us down then up. That's what Amy and I have been saying. Like, there's so much LRLR below all this. Like, psh. Or wait, let me go back to the other NQ chart because I actually have it charted. But you see, where is it? We got the data low down here, right? And all this LRLR. So it would be really cool if we dumped like that. Tap into this maybe. Huh? That damn data low. That's how I feel every time when we get data candles now. I'm like, you. Ugh. What's good, Muffin? Just watching this. Health is solid. Wish the health of the market was similar to mine. Because this is bad. It's a great day to do absolutely nothing, honestly. I took the loss on that 2 minute and I was like, you know what? Screw you. I think I'm done today. Interest rates lowering is bad in sense that means economic data is weak, but with lower interest rates, it forces people to go out on the risk. So lower interest rates gives people that it gives business people more incentive to invest. Which they assume is bullish news, right? Because more money going around, more investing. Because interest rates aren't as high. But I also saw one thing that was like saying that the 10-year treasury is more relevant than that for some reason. I don't know. Dude, why do I feel like if we inverse this 1 minute and get this order block, we go down? Psych, why would the market do anything I think it's going to do today? This market, dude. Whatever. Do your thing, G. So we did get this like little OB. It's kind of not. It's kind of trash. Less yield from savings account bonds, etc. So they try to get a better return somewhere else. Gotcha. Dude, why do I feel like this actually works? Tory Trades banking. All right. Give me 1 sec. Chat. Who remembers FOMC at the end of the year last year when we dumped like 400 points? If we don't do something like that, all of this price action we've been suffering through has not been worth it. I need a generational wealth chase. Screw a consistency rule. Got into sales for life insurance, quit after realizing it's a big pyramid scheme. I slept in today when I sleep. Yeah, I slept in too. Ish. I mean, yeah, kind of. I'm all acting like me sleeping in's a new thing. Technically, that's where my stop would be, but I'm not taking this. Target the 4 hour. Why does it do this? You guys look at this. Look at this price action. Come on, man. Stop trading during tariff time. Dude, yeah. You just had to like size way down because you had to give yourself a friggin' 40-point stop loss. It was ridiculous. But I loved it. I miss it. Can bet on the poly market Jerome Powell. Wait, the poly market whether Jerome Powell will say good afternoon or hello, everyone. Yeah. It's all about the tie color, bro. Purple tie pump. That's so funny. Good afternoon. I watched this guy meet Kevin that makes a bingo card of all that. That sounds like something Amy would do, honestly. She used to have bingo cards for dodgy rants, I think. That's so funny. What the? Zero Day J? I think so. I feel like I feel like I've heard that name before. 0 Day J. Let me look him up. Is he a trader? He has to be, right? Oh yeah. What the hell? Dude. I feel like I might get in this. If you ever need DJ and tradertainment, tune in. Trades algo candles and it's too good. Dude, bet. In this side movement. Yep, I feel like I want to get in short because I think this is gonna dump. So I'm getting in on the I think model. We're gonna enter on the conviction model. My gut says entry. Conviction means nothing in this PA. That's because nothing works the way it should in this PA. It sucks. You're so right. Like things that should be working don't work. Things that you think should be getting ran are not getting ran. It's just all engineering. Yep, it's low probability. Look at all these lows, dude. You cannot tell me this doesn't look like it wants to dump. These. Every time I say the D word, it P words. Every time I say it's going to dump, it pumps. Excuse me? Yeah, I know. I had to. Anyways, I thought I was muted or something. It's going to pump. It's going to pump. Man, look at all these P15s, though. This one here. Searching on the 15-second chart to find a fair value gap. That's crazy. Daily candles ugly. Let's take a peek. Oh my, what in the front door is this? Come on, let's get something like this. We're not going to get anything, chat. I don't even know what we're doing here. We are not going to catch a play today, you guys. I'm just saying that now. The only plays you can try are P15s, man. Is it hard to trade in front of people, or do you think it helps a little? It was. But I realized, though, that it wasn't the trading in front of people that was hard. It was just the mindset that I was under that was making it difficult. Because I just was putting way too much pressure on myself and thinking that I had to be like something that I don't need to be. And it's just kind of like you just have to reach a point where you're like, who cares? I mean, it's easier to stay accountable because my buttons are right here and you guys can see if I start degenning. So I guess there's that, but for a while it did mess with me a little bit, but it doesn't anymore. I will say that sometimes streaming, though, sometimes I get a little indecisive because I'm like, I don't want to say something and like make a mistake, be wrong. Because I start thinking, damn, I hope nobody listened to that. Which is like, it doesn't matter. Like, whatever you guys do is your decision, you know? So I just got to do what I'm doing and not worry about that. Sometimes it does. I think it helps me. What I say last night was a big overnight move. No. No. Nah. I wouldn't. Um, but I will say, I think sometimes it does help me lock in a little more because I'm like actually analyzing the chart. Have you heard people talk about how AMD happens at most higher time frame candle? Like the daily candle looks like it manipulated higher based on the wick and wants to expand lower. Yeah, definitely. That's why people that trade that people sorry people that trade like the PO3, they always have that higher time frame candle on their chart because they're watching to see that wick getting put in. So when you have a wick in one direction, but you have targets lower, you can use the AMD for that because it's basically like here was our manipulation, this leg here. Second stage accumulation. Now we're manipulating down. Like that's what I feel like today is. Today is our manipulation down in plans to pump tomorrow. So we got our A for AMD up here. A M, right? Probably this is second stage accumulation here. So accumulate, manipulate, accumulate some more. Probably get one more manipulation leg and then distribute back to the upside. But I've also been noticing lately, like if you get like a inverse that triggers on a 30-minute or a 1 hour close or like a 15-minute close, right? If you switch to the higher time frame, I noticed that you can like catch getting in these wicks a lot. Like not really today, obviously, but because like every candle's gonna have a wick somehow. Especially a higher time frame, or mainly higher time frame. Well, you know what I'm saying. Now you got me analyzing all kinds of shit, Jay Brown. Don't send my brain down this rabbit hole, bro. Yeah, I see. Um, ICT was saying that he was gonna like post a new video yesterday, and he didn't. And then somebody tweeted at him and was like, "Yo, did you post the video? I didn't see it." And he reposted it and said something like, "First lesson, patience." Like, dude, no way. Shut up. You just didn't do it. Don't act like you did that on purpose. Rosa lesson one is patience. Because he was getting tweeted asking if we posted the video. Shut up, dude. It's so funny, man. I know, dude. I don't listen to any stories, but when it comes to the chart and the candlesticks, I'm on that. Rosa lesson one, patience. Like, sorry, dude, you're the one that said you were gonna post it, not me. Asshole. Man, this is so dead, dude. I'm sorry, chat. Can't really. When the candles are doing this, all we can really do is speculate. Because it's not. Did I watch any of the ICT mentorships? Jay Brown. Ho, Jay Brown. Listen here and listen good. I have watched the 2024 mentorship way too many times. So, way too many times. Yes. Here, wait. Don't believe me. Let's run this up real quick. Go to ICT. The Inner Circle Trader. Where'd you go? Wow. Playlists. 2024 mentorship. See? Now, see how all these have been watched? The ones that you see that are partials are because I was working my way back through again. That's why. So I've watched it all multiple times, dude. It's ridiculous. Like, do you guys remember when I was talking about the Jackson Hole stuff and I kept joking saying ICT 2024 mentorship episode 16? Yeah, that was not a joke. Like if you go back in there, that's the exact. It's like the date is like it was exactly a year ago when the Jackson Hole was going again. I was like, yep. Never watched ICT up to now. Do you recommend? I mean, he's not for everybody, but I've watched it like my life depended on it. The 2024 mentorship is the best because it's all done over live price action and not screenshots. So it's like you actually see what he's saying being incorporated live in time, and that's what I like about it the most. It made reading the market way more understandable for me going through that shit. But I mean, it's a lot. Like each video is over 2 hours, so I mean, it's a lot. This is so dead, man. Gonna have to do a duck race or something. Just more sell side being put in here. This is all just accumulation, you guys. Accumulation and engineering. That's all we've been seeing basically all afternoon and earlier this morning. So there's a candle. Trading is crazy. My want to quit my job is the reason I'm not profitable yet. Dude, that's the realest thing I've ever heard. Like honestly, dude, it's all gonna just depend on the way you harness it, bro. Like, do you harness your want for it in toxic ways like revenge trading, or do you harness it in ways where it's like you excel in discipline and you lock in more? Like how you use this motivation will make or break. Cuz if you have enough motivation, you can do anything, right? But it's like you got to use your motivation properly. You can't just be like, "Oh, I want it bad. Why don't I have it?" You have to like want it bad and do what's needed too. Motivation, not desperation. Yeah. Yeah, if you feel desperate, good luck, dude. That's why I was doing so bad for like a couple months. Like leading up to August, halfway through August, dude, I was basically like not trading because I just was like so I just wanted everything so bad, you know, and was like just pressuring myself so much. And I'm like, dude, just relax. Just do your thing. Here's this 1 minute. Dude, if this wasn't a day like today, I would take this for some reason. I feel like it's going to work. But I'm not touching nothing. Yeah, we're going to have to watch the 15-second chart just to feel something. This is crazy. Wait. It's a 4-point gap? Never mind, dude. What are you talking about, Ant? Come on, Anthony. For real. Straighten out, man. Tisk, tisk. My girl doesn't believe in the potential outcome because she hasn't seen much result from it. I tried to explain using prop as limiting my downside instead of funding a personal and blowing it. Yeah. Listen, man, people that don't trade or don't know about it will just never understand. That's just plain and simple. Dude, when I told my parents about it, I literally like sat them down and had a whole like presentation planned out to try and make it make sense to them, and they were still like, so okay. Like, so it's just the whole it's just so out of the norm, right? It's just so out of the ordinary. Like if you tell someone, yeah, I'm studying to become a doctor, they're like, oh, okay, they can understand that. Or I'm studying to become this or that. They're like, oh, okay. But you're like, I'm studying to be a trader. They're like, what? Don't you like need millions of dollars to be a trader? No. It's just its own special category. I love it. You don't go to school for this. You go to YouTube University, man. Although I heard in the UK they have classes about stocks. That's kind of cool. But maybe that's false information. All right, you guys. Dude, this is one thing that I'll just never be able to relate to. Like, fortunately, just because being with Amy, like her and I both understand it all. So like we're like, it's so easy to be just completely transparent. Like, just do I freaking blew a fund today, and they're just like, damn, like they feel it, you know. And it's not like this big thing or like this thing that's or so hard to understand. So like, I personally not sure how I can give advice on that because like my wife trades, so but I can say if it was something that wasn't trading, right? And it was something that I was interested in, you would want your significant other to be supportive in it no matter what it is. So trading or not, and whether they do it or not, you would hope that they'd be supportive either way. So the main thing is just don't say things that are unrealistic. Like, dude, when I passed my first fundeds, I started telling my parents that I was going to be making $40,000 a month, bro. What the hell was I talking about? A year later, that still ain't happening. So like, just don't say things that you're not gonna be able to like produce. Like, just you know, it's a work in progress. It's always a work in progress. I feel like trading is one of those things you're always going to be working on getting better at. You have to start fresh every day. Like, you can never feel like you've made it to a certain point. You have to always assume that you're not there yet and have to work more. Like, you just have to work the same amount on it every day, because you could have one bad day and have it ruin months of progress. And so like that's why you got to stay like locked in daily. It's annoying. Done it to myself so many times. So many freaking times. Oh, dude. It's the most annoying thing ever. And until you've been a trader and experience it, no one will ever understand. Like, bro, trying to tell somebody that you were 2 days from a payout and blew your shit, bruh, they can never understand how that feels unless they've done it too. Like, straight up. Nobody can ever understand that unless you've been there. It's like, dude, I have cried like a baby to Amy's face over blowing accounts when they were close to something. It's like, I'm so mad. I don't know why I did that. I'm not afraid to admit it, dude. It's just the reality. Man, how you handle adversity is huge in trading. Holy. Like, man. So, respect to everyone that's on the trading path, because it's not for everybody, dude. Oh man, I have freaking raged. I have raged, I've cried, I've celebrated. Like, I've had all the works, and now I'm realizing, like, actually the more that you don't care, the better off you'll probably be, which is kind of weird. Like, if you just put trading on this big giant pedestal, it's going to just drive you nuts. It's only going to lead to disappointment. But if you're just like, dude, I do not even care, and I just am here to trade, that's it, then it becomes a little easier to navigate. But it's easier said than done. So we just tapped into this 1 minute again. That's held a whole bunch. Put in equal highs inside it. Pause. I'll be right back. I'm taking a 5, you guys. I need to like walk around for a second. I'm taking a 5. Uh, so it looks like we inversed that 1 minute, but we're just inside this big 1 minute. So chat, I think we should just call it a day, honestly. Or we're not gonna get anything. So yeah, we'll do a charting session after market close sometime, probably around 2:30 or 5:30 ish. Get some. We got to do some charting on the new contract because I have nothing on here, so we have to basically redo a bunch of charting. So yeah, yeah. My final thoughts on the day are: this is garbage, and that's pretty much it. And I will see y'all this afternoon.